I'm FYE peer mentor Sabrina Garcia-Smith, and with me I have my best friend Liam.
Hi.
And what are we doing today, Liam?
We're going to be making soft pumpkin cookies with a cream cheese frosting.
Yes! So we got this recipe from lemontreedwelling.com, and here are all of the ingredients that we will be using today. Here is a list of them for both the cookies and the frosting. So to follow along with this recipe with us, we recommend you get all of this equipment. So first are the mixing bowls. We recommend you use some medium to large sized mixing bowls for this recipe. You will also need some measuring cups, some dry measuring cups, wet measuring cups, and measuring spoons. You will also need Pam or anything to grease your baking sheet. You will also need a baking sheet. And we recommend a cooling rack and a scooper, though those are not required. Those are just optional. You will also need a timer and an oven. So here are the instructions that we will be following now. Let's get baking. First up is ingredient prep, so we are getting all of our spices and melting our butter. So we have our melted butter, our spices, and now
It's time to mix.
yay! So in a medium-sized mixing bowl, you want to combine 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then you want to mix this well and set aside. So now that we did the dry ingredients, it's time for the wet ingredients. So let's go. For our wet ingredients, you want to mix 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and 1 cup of softened butter. Combine this and mix well until it is smooth and creamy. Then add 1 cup of pumpkin puree like so, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We used 2 teaspoons just because we love vanilla extract so much. You want to mix this well.
Okay, so now we're going to add the dry ingredients.
Combine the ingredients and mix until they are fully incorporated. The dough will be sticky.
Okay.
And now taste test. Tastes awesome so far. Then you want to grease your baking sheet. We used Pam cooking spray for this. So here's a mentor tip for you to have all uniform cookies. Use that handy scooper so that they are all the same size. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees and time these cookies for 12 to 14 minutes. We did 12 minutes. And in they go. Let's see how the first batch is looking. They look awesome. So while those bake, we can get started on the frosting. So first, have 6 ounces of softened cream cheese in a medium-sized mixing bowl. Then you want to add 1/2 cup of unsalted softened butter, 1 or more teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, we used about 2 teaspoons for this. And 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. 3 cups of powdered sugar. So use your mixer to incorporate all of these ingredients well. And your frosting should look a little something like this. Let's take the first batch out of the oven. They look amazing, so we want them to cool faster, and we want to put the second batch in. Use a spatula and put the cookies on a cooling rack or on a plate so that they can cool off. Then use that handy scooper again to get the second batch in the oven. In the second batch goes. So while those lovelies bake, we can begin cleaning. Liam and I like to clean as we go so that we don't have too much of a mess while we enjoy our treats. What else can you do while you wait? You can hang out with some amazing pups like we did. Here are Liam's dogs Luna and Scout, and Luna and Dawson. Very lovely pups all around. Time to take the second batch out of the oven. They look awesome as well. So let those cool. And here are all of the cookies that we baked today. We put them on some holiday plates. And here are all of them frosted. We added some cinnamon on top for decoration and taste. They look amazing. Now it's time for our last taste test. And we love them. They're so great, but don't just take our word for it.
Those are really delicious.
Thank you. Jim approved.
Now that your cookies have been gym approved, here are the final shots. I think it's safe to say we nailed it.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.